Morning everybody, just a quick video. I applied the XCP probably a month, 6 weeks ago, something like that, can't exactly remember now, the XCP rust blocker. The bike is absolutely filthy because for the last few weeks I've been out riding, did another 100 miler this week up around Leicestershire and been down across the Cotswolds. You've probably seen those videos. And I'm not going to show you how to wash a bike because there are better videos on YouTube that actually show you how to do that, and I'm no expert, but I just wanted to show you basically like a before and after. So I'm going to use my usual muck off spray. I'm just going to basically apply, just give the bike a bit of a rinse with a hose pipe, put some muck off on, wash that off, and then I normally just wash it down with a good quality shampoo, something like Autoglym, and then I blow dry it with a leaf dryer. That's literally all I do. So I'm going to show you the before and I'm going to show you the after. I'm just interested in what sort of treatment you give your bikes over the winter in terms of how often you clean them. I certainly don't clean it after every ride, too lazy to do that. And I actually discovered last year it doesn't really matter anyway, to be honest, as long as you've applied the rust proof and so forth. Okay, so here we go. Let's give it a go. So let's just sort of start up on the windscreen here, so you can sort of see it's pretty mucky down there. You can see here it's again, you know, lots of mucky stuff around the front forks. Again, mucky. And this is a particular dirt trap as well with the RT, just the front of the engine casing there. It really sort of sprays up, but to be honest it comes up like new again actually when you've done it. The front side of the engines and the crash bars, I'll be interested to see how these come up actually, because obviously we've put XCP on the exhaust pipe, so I'm just interested to see whether there's been any coloration and actually how clean those are going to look. The thing that really shows up the filth on the RT is my wonderful chrome exhaust. So you can actually see it now. It's absolutely encrusted. You know, it's honestly, you could probably plant potatoes on there, I would imagine. So very embarrassing really. Up inside the wheel arches as well, again pretty filthy. And then one of the sort of tricky areas to get to on the RT again is underneath the exhaust. You can see here this is like a real dirt trap. Particularly where the junction comes in. You know, if I sort of hold that underneath, again I'm not quite sure whether this will come out, but hopefully you'll get a sense of it just underneath the bike there. So that's a particularly difficult area to clean up. Trap coming around by the drive shaft and the rear brakes and the rear wheel. You can see the rear wheel is absolutely encrusted there. Okay, and these brackets on which the panniers sit as well gets very dirty indeed. Let's just give it a bit of a rinse down, and that usually knocks off, to be honest. I would say probably 70 or 80% of the muck actually. Okay, so here goes. If I'm in the mood, I sometimes get the jet wash out for this, get the snow foam lance on it, and just give that a bit of a go, just as a bit of a pre-wash. You can see already, just even in here, it's getting the worst of it off. I think as much as anything, this stage really is just about moistening the bike really, so the muck off can actually work, because you're supposed to put muck off on a wet surface. I sometimes forget to do the top box. Yeah, you can see some of that's coming off already just with just cold water, a bit of H2O. Sometimes I find it's helpful to change the nozzle setting, so I just got it on a slightly more powerful jet now, just to, again, just knock the worst of it off really. Well, as I said, I'm really curious as to how the XCP is going to compare with last year's system. So you can see that more powerful jet's just knocking that off. I'll give that a minute or two just for that to run off, because I want the muck off, not to be washed straight off, if you know what I mean, on the damp surface. So there's my bottle of muck off. I actually buy it in bulk and just refill this regularly. It's just the cheapest way to do it. And away we go. Spray it on liberally, really. I'm trying to basically, I think this is just a non-contact way of cleaning your bike really. The idea being that this is going to get probably 95% of the dirt off, and then the final 5% really is just final 5% is just with a wash mitt and the shampoo. And then you leave it on for sort of 5 or 6 minutes, something like that. So there you go. Just rinse the muck off. Just spent 5-6 minutes just rinsing the muck off with a hose pipe, and you can see already it's coming up quite nice, isn't it? And that's with virtually no contact at all. That's just literally just using the hose pipe or the muck off spray. Key with muck off is to leave it for a few minutes. As I say, you've got to apply it on wet. But even there, I mean, you can see the downpipes have actually come up really, really nicely, haven't they? And just with a hose, the hose has knocked that mud off the front of the engine casing there. But I always think the litmus is the exhaust, and that, again, that's with absolutely no contact at all. Not a hand has been placed on that. It's just purely by the action of water. Of course, if you're not putting your hand on it, then of course you're not scratching, you're not rubbing any of these sort of little particles in. And these are all being softened up anyway, so sometimes I'll use a fingernail, but even now they can just soften up a little bit. So right, let's go and get the shampoo. As I say, I use an Auto Glim shampoo. Just stick a couple of capfuls into a bucket of water and away we go. I've been greatly helped, I think, as I mentioned on some of my previous videos, by Stuart Fillingham's channel. Stuart was an ex-bodywork specialist. Now rides a Triumph. His site's very interesting if you're into Triumph mods. But he's very good actually on how to clean and maintain your shine and the metalwork and so forth. So so the next stage for me now then is I've got my my bucket of soapy water here, which is Auto Glim, their bodywork conditioner shampoo, which I've used for many years actually. Again, I buy it in bulk. I'll put a link up for you. And I'm just going to basically just use my my mitt, like I guess you've all got there. So okay, so let's get into it, and let's wash it off. So I don't bother with any 2 bucket system on the basis that now I've got the serious dirt off. So what I tend to do is basically clean a section at a time, back into the bucket. Yeah, clean a section at a time, and then I'll just hose it down. Obviously you always work from the top down, don't you? Got to say, the RT is actually quite an easy bike to keep clean. I don't fuss over it. But I've got to say, it looks more or less like the day I bought it, to be honest. I can't actually see any change at all in terms of its condition from 15 months ago, and that's after I've put 7,000 miles on it. As I say, I don't mollycoddle it. Article. Okay, so I've washed it down with the Interim shampoo. I've hosed it off, got underneath with some brushes just to get the muddy bits right underneath the exhaust and underneath the engine casing sorted out. And actually, I'm very pleased with that. I mean, I'd say there's possibly a touch more bluing with the XCP, but not significantly so. And I've got to say, you know, for me the acid test is always the exhaust, and it's as usual on the RT, it comes up absolutely beautifully. And I'm not even giving it a sort of a proper sort of, let's say, 2-hour clean today. This is my sort of winter wash off really. So I'm just running the engine just to sort of warm the dry the electrics out a little bit. But yeah, very pleased, gotta say. I think the XCP has passed its test. I made the comment when I did the XCP review video that I think with these large German bikes anyway, that they're actually built to withstand the winter. So I'm tempted that even if you did nothing at all, they'd probably weather very well. But yeah, there we are. Make of it what you will. I'll put some links below. Some of the stuff I use, if that's of any use to you. And let's talk in the comments. Back to the bike. Signing off.